In today's movie culture, the word reshoot can send a chill up any film fan's spine. However, reshoots aren't always a bad idea. Let's break down some of the best. Hey movie fans! When we hear the word reshoots, more often than not, we as movie fans get a bit apprehensive, to say the least. Uh-oh, does this movie suck? Does it need to be reworked? In all actuality, reshoots are a common practice to help iron out details in a story, sometimes for the better even. Whether it's a major detail or even just a quick gag, reshoots sometimes are for the best. With the release of Mission Impossible Fallout, aka Mustache Gate, I can think of no better time to find 5 examples of reshoots gone right. I hope it was worth it, Henry Cavill. Kicking us off at number 5 is Steven Spielberg's E.T. While a beloved childhood film for several generations now, the original ending of the film was far darker and a departure from Spielberg's usual charm and optimism. In the original ending, when E.T. is captured by government agents, he does go home. If by go home we mean he goes 6 feet under, never to be seen again. Yes, E.T. was originally killed off in the original version. Thankfully, test audiences hated this decision and Spielberg went back and reshot the ending, keeping E.T. alive and giving us that classic farewell.
I'll be right here.
Rogue One underwent many a reshoot. This much has been public knowledge. We may never know the full extent to what the original story would have entailed. What has come out recently, however, is that the film's most memorable scene was a product of massive reshoots. The hallway scene with Darth Vader was part of these reshoots. To me, this is easily the best thing about Rogue One, and the tension and atmosphere made Vader a formidable presence, the likes of which we had not seen in a long time. The original plans, from what I've gathered, was that Vader would be marching on the beach. The impact, I don't think, is the same. The tension, the claustrophobia, and the sheer panic really worked better, I think, than a beach, but oh well. Product of reshoots either way, as this Vader scene really worked and made for a memorable scene, I think. At number 3, we go back to classic Spielberg. When he wants a movie done right, he makes sure it's right. This time, it was his classic film, Jaws. Jaws was a troubled production across the board, from getting the right shots to getting the shark to even work. The key problem was making the shark convincing, which to this day there are many jokes about the shark still not looking great.
Shark still looks fake.
After seeing the footage they had shot, Spielberg knew the shark just wasn't working. So they went back and reshot big chunks of the movie, showing less of the shark and instead building up the tension to the scenes that did have the shark. The results paid off in a big way and went on to be the first major summer blockbuster.
Smile, you son of a bitch!
When the words reshoots and comic book movies are together, more often than not, we are referring to DC Comics, sadly, with titles such as Suicide Squad and Justice League both facing massive reshoots. However, the Red brand of Marvel has been known to have reshoots as well. In fact, one of their most famous scenes was a product of late-game reshoots. One word: shawarma. That's right, the shawarma scene at the end of Avengers was a product of reshoots. So late, in fact, were these reshoots that actors in the scene had moved on to other projects. Chris Evans, Captain America, had already begun filming on his next film, Snowpiercer, which required him to grow out a beard. This is why Cap has his hand over his face during the scene to try his best to cover it up, along with some other makeup effects. Pesky facial hair ruining reshoots! At number 1, we have arguably the most well-known movie reshoots from one of the most beloved movie trilogies of all time. Back to the Future. Imagine the now iconic trilogy with anyone other than Michael J. Fox as Marty McFly. Well, that was very nearly a reality due to Fox working on the TV show Family Ties. Enter Eric Stoltz. Stoltz was brought in to play Marty and filmed for several weeks. As production went on, it was becoming clear that Stoltz just wasn't the right man for the job, so the studio tried again to get Michael J. Fox to pull double duty for both Back to the Future and Family Ties. Eventually, Fox was able to do both and make history as the Johnny B. Good-lovin' Marty McFly. Well, those are 5 examples of good movie reshoots and not your stereotypical uh-oh. Well, what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below what are some of your all-time favorite movie reshoots. I'd love to hear. And if you like what you see and want to see more, subscribe to the channel, or find me on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram at Uncharted Media. Stay sharp, movie guys and gals.